Today, I'd like to officially introduce the Wealthsimple Credit Card.
Hey everyone, so let's talk about Wealthsimple.
Wow.
For years, they've been the golden child of Canadian fintech. They revolutionized investing for a new generation. Their app is super slick, their branding is on point, and they made finance feel, well, cool. I love Wealthsimple. I use it to buy stocks and ETFs. At some point, I even bought crypto with it, and I recommend it to all of my friends. It's a fantastic platform. They can do no wrong, right?
How's everyone doing? Excellent.
Well, today I'm going to say something that might be controversial. I'm going to tell you why I think their much hyped, heavily marketed Visa credit card is actually kind of garbage, at least in my opinion. And I'm not going to complain. I'm putting it head to head with a card from a company I honestly can't stand, but whose credit card is, annoyingly so, just so much better. This is the Wealthsimple Visa versus Rogers World Elite Mastercard. Let's get right into it. First, let's be fair. Let's talk about what Wealthsimple got right. The marketing was brilliant. They promised a credit card that works seamlessly with your life, without any foreign exchange fees, and that no FX fee feature is genuinely great. If you travel or shop internationally a lot, that 2.5% saving on every transaction is a huge plus. They also give you the option to get a sleek, heavy metal card that looks and feels very premium. It's the kind of card you feel very cool pulling out of your wallet. But a cool feeling doesn't pay the bills, unfortunately. The substance behind the style is where it starts to quickly fall apart for me. Let's talk about the core of any credit card, the cashback. The Wealthsimple card gives you a flat 2% cashback on everything. 2%. In 2025, it's pretty good, but it's not necessarily mind-blowing. It's just underwhelming for something so overhyped with a $10 monthly fee. But wait, you're gonna say. They give you the option to scrap the annual fee. And you're absolutely right, they do. But to get the fee waived, you need to either have $100,000 in assets invested with them, or you have to set up your paycheck of at least $4,000 a month to be directly deposited into a Wealthsimple account. Let's be real for a second. If you have a large investment portfolio and are already with Wealthsimple, I guess it's not too bad. It's almost a no-brainer, you could say. However, a truly free card shouldn't have strings like that. The cool factor starts to fade when you realize the best features are locked in a VIP room that most people can't get into, or they have to pay the fee. Now, let's talk about the unlikely champion in the story. The Rogers World Elite Mastercard. Look, I have no love for our telecoms oligopolies. Rogers, Bells, TELUS, I think we can all agree we pay some of the highest bills in the world, and I'm frankly tired of it. I would much rather support an innovator like Wealthsimple and use their products. My heart wants to be with Team Wealthsimple, but my brain and my wallet can't ignore the math. And the math is overwhelmingly in the favor of Rogers Mastercard. First, the cashback. The Rogers card gives you a base rate of 1.5% cashback on everything, right out of the gate. But here's a killer feature. If you're a Rogers or Shaw customer, you can redeem your cash back against the bill at 1.5 times multiplier. So that 1.5% you earn suddenly becomes 2.25% in value. And on any spending with Rogers itself, like the internet or the phone bill, you earn a flat 3% cashback. Let me repeat that. A free card gives you an effective 3% cashback on what is likely one of your biggest monthly bills. Besides rent, Wealthsimple gives you 2%. The numbers seem small, but one is 50% higher than the other if you redeem against Rogers services, and over 10% higher at 2.25% if you are a Rogers customer and you redeem against any transaction. In my opinion, that's a lot of money. Then there is insurance. The Rogers card comes with a robust travel insurance and package. Emergency, medical, trip interruption, car rental insurance, all the good stuff. With the Wealthsimple card, the insurance is, well, basically non-existent, especially when it comes to traveling in emergencies. And if that wasn't enough, the Rogers card gives you a complimentary membership to Mastercard Travel Pass by Dragon Pass, which gets you in the airport lounges. Yes, of course, you still have to pay for the entry, but getting that membership on a completely free card is an amazing perk, which could usually cost you around 99 US dollars. And the best part, the Rogers World Elite Mastercard had an annual fee of $0. It has the same personal and household income requirements as the Wealthsimple card, and no conditions on top of that. You don't need the $100,000 in assets, you don't need to move your paycheck, you just apply and get it. Alright, let's break this down head to head. First up, annual fee. This one is an easy one. The Wealthsimple card is $10 a month and the Rogers card is $0. The winner is pretty obvious. Now, the requirements. There is a huge difference. The Rogers card has a none besides the minimum income requirement. You just apply. The Wealthsimple card could technically be free, but the fee waiver locked behind that 100k asset or direct deposit requirement. Clear win once again for the Rogers here. Next, base cashback. Wealthsimple comes in at 2%. Rogers comes in at 1.5%. In theory, the Wealthsimple card is a winner. However, if you're a Rogers customer, you're already ahead by about 10%. Redeeming against Rogers bills puts you at an advantage of 50%. Now, let's say you don't want to move to Rogers at all. There might be many reasons. Okay, I get it. Let's do a little math here with me. The difference in the base cashback is 0.5%, 2% from Wealthsimple minus 1.5% from Rogers. This 0.05% is an extra money you're earning with Wealthsimple card. So the question is, at what point does the extra 0.5% add up to the $120 annual fee? The equation is $120 fee divided by 0.005, which is 0.05%. And the answer is $24,000. You need to spend $24,000 per year, or exactly $2,000 per month on your Wealthsimple card just to break even with the free Rogers card. Every dollar you spend above $24,000 a year is where you finally come out ahead. If you spend less than that, you would have actually been much better off with the lower cashback option, that is the Rogers card, because you wouldn't be paying the fee. Again, I have to give it to Rogers World Elite Mastercard. And okay, what about the bonus cashback? For Wealthsimple, there is a fee waiver if you meet the requirements, but you're still stuck at 2%. For Rogers, you get an effective 3% cashback on your Rogers and shop bills with no special status needed. Another big win for Rogers, in my opinion. Okay, there is one win for Wealthsimple: foreign exchange fees. They have none, which is fantastic perk. Rogers has a standard 2.5% fee. So if you travel a lot and shop on international sites, and I mean a lot, then it's a win for Wealthsimple. Finally, let's bundle insurance and lounge access. The Wealthsimple card offers next to nothing besides the standard loss, theft, and damage insurance, as well as the phone insurance. The Rogers card gives you the comprehensive travel insurance package and a complimentary lounge membership. It's not even a contest. Another massive win for Rogers, unfortunately. As I said, I hate this oligopolies, but what do you do? Okay, pausing here for just a second. If you're finding this side-by-side comparison helpful and you appreciate the deep dive into the numbers, do me a quick favor and hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on more honest reviews like this one. It seriously helps the channel get discovered by more people. Alright, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Now let's get to the final verdict. When you lay it all out, the picture is painfully clear. Wealthsimple built a beautiful card. They hyped it up, they made it feel exclusive and cool, but the product relies on a brand image here, rather than substance. It feels like they're trying to leverage their cool factor to get you to accept a mathematically inferior product, which is sad. The Rogers card, from a company that many of us love to hate, simply blows it out of the water on almost every single meaningful metric to a Canadian user. Cashback, insurance, and perks. And it does it for free, with no strings attached. So why do I think Wealthsimple card is garbage? Not because it's a terrible card in a vacuum. A $120 card with no foreign exchange fees with 2% cashback is pretty good. In fact, it's better than a lot of cards that the big banks offer. It's garbage because it's a bad value proposition. It's a product that lives on a hype and gets crushed by a competition. My heart really wants to support the innovator, but I can't endorse a product when there is a better, freer alternative available, even if it comes from a telecom giant. Now, before we wrap up, I want to give you one last pro tip. If you decide to apply for a card like Rogers World Elite, for example, don't just go to their website directly. There are websites out there like Great Canadian Rebates where you can actually get a cashback bonus for just signing up and getting approved for certain credit cards. For example, as of filming this, they have a $50 cashback offer for the Rogers card. You can register with my referral link down in the description below, find the Rogers Mastercard on their website, click through their link, apply, get approved, and that $50 gets sent to your GCR account very shortly after. I use them pretty often when applying for credit cards and have never had any issues. Each credit card has its own rules, but they're very straightforward. Not only do you end up with an amazing credit card, but you also get a little extra cash in your pocket, which never hurts in my opinion. If you haven't seen the full video review explaining what Great Canadian Rebates is and how to use it, you can find it on my channel. I'll leave it in the description and a card should be popping up on the screen right about now. So, what do you think? Am I being too harsh or do you agree? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your take. And if the review has helped you make a smarter decision with your money, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more honest takes on personal finance in Canada. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.